And we can start sharing screen. Let me first bring file here. So today we will start with, hold on. We will start with new unit, okay. So it's a number of case study, okay, so that we can get idea about the data analysis, okay. So it's a case study. So various case study. You're using what we already learned, okay. So the first example is regarding, so it's a file, okay, get from Bitly USA government, okay. And the file formatting is JSON file, and previously I believe you already we already learned is a JSON file, how we load the JSON file. JSON file is quite that, and JSON file it's curly brackets, okay, and it's a key value pair. Key value pair, okay. So and when you want to do like data, you want to collect data from internet, is it sometimes if the backend provide API, okay, and a lot of times, okay, you will get the data as a formatting of JSON file formatting. The data through the API call, okay. And some website maybe have XML, if you recall previously what we learned, various file, etc. And but be careful, okay, it's API, okay, so that it depends on the back end if they provide the API to deliver the JSON formatting objects to the front end. So it depends, okay, it's not always. But anyway, in case like you get the JSON format file, so here is an example, okay, you get the file and then you can just call the JSON loads, okay, and then we get the lists, is it? And once you have this, and we can, because over here we are going to use pandas a lot, is it? So called pandas data frame, is it? Then you can get a data frame. So this is a glimpse of the file, is it? So it has a number of columns, is it? You see, it's all string type, is it? And here we will later on we'll see it's time zone. Okay, so this is regarding time zone. And this A has a lot of like browser information, is it? And the operating system information, and later on we will also use that. So anyway, so this is a data frame, okay, you then convert it. And with that, so let's take a glimpse of the time zone. So time zone, you have like New York, Denver, so Eastern time, Western time, Central Middle time zone is a different time zone. Okay, and then over here, so sometimes you may want to count, is it total how many records, is it? So you can call this count method. So over here we get it 3,440 records, is it? And you can also do value counts because there are a lot of records get to the same time zone, is it? So then in that case, so here is a part of the results, is it? So you can also do value counts, okay? Then it will tell you, oh, okay, so like Chicago as a time zone is at 400, and Denver it has 191, is it? So based on this different time zone, give you the counts. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward, doing counting, etc. And then it says you can also sort values, that we can also sort with our time zone counts, the result, that either ascending or descending. And here just for show the top 10 results, so that's what it gives us. Okay, and then what the next one? So this is regarding data cleaning, if you recall, is it with the null values, how do you deal? And here it says, okay, regarding this specific column, time zone column, if null values, then you can fill with this missing string, okay, missing string. And you can also do some further cleaning. As they like over here, it says, okay, if it is nothing, as it is a time zone, then, so this is a filtering, as it, and then you can just directly, okay, assign it to unknown, okay. And then after that, you can still do the value count, as it, and it gives us the top 10 result, okay. So that's regarding data cleaning. And for data analysis, so data visualization is a big part, a major part in analysis, okay? Especially if you want to do some report, is it writing some report, then visualization is very important. So here, based on what we learned before, that, and here we use a CBOM. And if you recall, the CBOM plotting, it adds more externality, that, so it looks, the plotting looks pretty, that can make it more pretty. So to use CBOM, you need to import the CBOM package, okay? And what over here is that, okay, for that time zone counts, is it, and we want to take the top 10. And over here, we are going to do bar plotting, okay? And for the bar plotting, then you need to specify the X and Y value, is it? And here, the X axis, what it takes is what? Is a series values, is it? So subset is a series value. And the Y value takes what? The index, okay? So this is the index. And then it automatically gives us this pretty nice plotting, okay, bar plotting. And then we can see more, okay? And if you recall, regarding the first column, the column A, is it the column A? So column A, it has the browser information, operating system information, something like that, is it? So this is a second record, okay? Second record, we have this one, is it? So Google Map Rochester, is it? And this is a 51st record, is it? And you get 51, and you just want to get slicing to 50, is it, to 51, is it? Then that's what this part gives us, is it? Because this gives you a string, is it? This is a string, and you do slicing, is it? That's what you get. So remove parts of it, okay? And what over here, it's just try to show, is it, column A. So it's some string, has a lot of information, is it? And you want to extract them out. Looks like a browser, then operating system, is it? And how do we extract those out, is it? Okay, and then we can use split. This is the string, Python strings split method, is it? By default, it uses space, is it, to split. Okay, so this is what? This is that specific column, is it? the for loop, and then you do split, is it? And we have the square, we have the brackets, is it? So this is what? This is list comprehension. So it will take care. And then you convert it to pandas series, is it? And you will only get what? Get the first one, is it? So we will only get the browser part, okay? And then to show the top 5 result, is it? We get of the browser information, okay? And after you collect that, you can also do some value counts, is it? So then it gives you, oh, Mozilla, is it? How many? 5.0, 4.0, is it? And Google Map, how many? So it can also give you the value counts after you collect. We get to see more detailed information. Okay, so that's regarding this part. And then what is next one is try to do filtering more, is it? So you just want to from this column, you just want to collect not null value ones, is it? Then you are going to assign to a new data frame, is it? So we get the result showing here, okay? And you can see total row is still, so basically we don't have some null values in this column, is it? Oh, we do have, because that's the total row is 3,440, is it? But if you take a look, the index number, it's greater than it, so it does. Okay, and then what the next one try to show is from that part, is it? Then you want to do some pickup word, is it? So you want to pick up from that word contains Windows, does it contain Windows? But here you see we use filtering again. Okay, so it uses the where filtering, is it? So what this means is if it contains Windows, is it? It's going to use the Windows for this new column. If it doesn't contain, then it will build with not window, is it? So this is a new column, is it? And we can also get a look the top 5 results. So some is Windows, some doesn't have Windows system, operating system, okay. So that's what we do, kind of more cleaning work, is it? And then because you add, also be careful, okay. Original, it doesn't, so this is a new column, okay, on the original data frame. And we can always add a new column, is it? And what the next one try to show us is, once we have that data frame, is it? Previously, we also learned group by, is it? So you can specify, okay, what we want to group by. So over here, we specify 2 columns to do group by, time zone and operating system to do group by, is it? After you do the group by, okay, and then we unstack, so we make it wider, is it? And if there is null values, you fill it with 0, okay, with 0. So then here is the result, is it? So this is the result. So we get this new data frame, okay. So here once more, is it? We learned a group by. This is quite useful, okay. Okay, and then next, let's see, more information. This is quite interesting, okay. And first we have a pandas series. So this is a number, is it? And over here we have a list, okay, Python list. And this is a series. If you don't specify series index, the default index is what 0, 1, 2, those numbers, is it? And you can also give some index, is it, using some list, okay? So that's what you are going to use, is it? So this is a list, you're going to use it for the index, okay? And then over here it shows. So be careful, okay, this is pandas series. Okay, series, so this is value. This is not some column, okay, this is index. So you use some word to represent index. As in pandas, that's allowed. We call named index, okay, label, okay. Is a label, okay, previous we already learned this, okay. And then let's see what next one. So next one says regarding this series, is it, we call the arg sort. Okay, arg sort. So arg sort, it return what? Return index that will sort the series. Is it? So the largest is this one. Is it? And then next one is 32. Is it? So it's going to sort this, but based on index. This index is 0, and then 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Is it? So we have those index. Is it? And this is the label index. Okay. So after you do sort, the largest supposed to go here. Is it? So 33 supposed to go here, and the 32 supposed to go to the second largest. And then we should go 15. Is it? And we have 15, then we have 9. Is it? And then we have what? We have 3. Is it? 9, then we have 5. And this we have 3. Is it? So that's all the values, and you sort that. We sort that. Is it? So this is arg sort returns the index. So let's take a look what this is. Okay, looks like. You may say it's kind of look weird. So over here, that's what we get. That's what we get. So this is regarding that arg sort result. Arg sort returns the index after the sorting results. Is it after the sorting result? Okay, and if you recall, why over here the due is 0? Is it at 0 is because that's 33? Is it? And let's go back. And the 33 is at where? 33's index is 0. Is it? So that's why you map this due as 0. Okay, due as 0. And then this is 1, 2, 3. Is it? And the sum is 3. Is it? Because second is supposed to store the second largest. And this is the third largest, so it should be 4, 5. So this should be 5. So those are the index. Okay, this index. Okay, this index. And then so that's why did you see we see those results. Is it? Those are the index of the values. Okay. So index of the values. Of the value. Is it? And this part is the label index. Label index, is it? So it won't change. It's still at its location. Is it? Okay, and after that, And if you get the series and with this sorted index, is it, then you will have this result. Is it? It will move to their related location. Is it? And this then go back to its original label index, still follows. Is it? But it's at sub 5, sub 4, is it? Sub 0 at the respective location. Okay, so that's this part. So it may look confusing, okay, because over here, this part is the label index. Okay, so just be careful, okay. Okay, we have this, and over here it's just to show that data frames last 10 results, we get it, arg counts, okay. And then what over here you do sum, is it? And this sum, what this one means? This means you do sum along which axis. Okay, so this is means what? You're going to do sum along column. Is it along column? So you're going to, okay, so what we are going to do, oh, why I cannot, okay. So you do sum of the column, okay, the column, you're going to add them together, okay, so that's what this part means, okay. And after that, you will do what? After you sum them, then you're going to do arc sort, okay. Arc sort, then it's the largest to the smallest. Is it to the smallest? Going to arrange like that. And that's, you're going to assign that index, is it the arg 1 to this specific, you're going to store the result, is it to this index. So what this index, the top 10 shows, so it gave us the result, is it? But here, similar, be careful, okay. All this part, it's label index. Okay, it's a label index. Okay, and what over here it just shows us the, you add the two columns together as results, is it? And then you're going to do the arg sort, okay. And after that, is it, and if you wanted to show like the sorted results on the original data, so here is a function you can call take. The take function, okay. And take function says return the element in the given positional index. So this is the index that we just got, that we got with the arg sort. With arg sort, is it? And then the result is sorted. Is it now you want the original one be displayed, the last 10 results, is it? Then we can see. So here it shows us, is it the last 10 results, is it? And it still shows the original, not the summation 1, is it? But this arranged in ascending order. So this time what you get is the ascending order result, okay. Okay, so that's regarding this part. And there is another function you can use called n largest, and it will let you get the n largest values from a data frame or series. Okay, so same thing, you're going to align or find the largest 10 from the summation result. So here it gives you the result. Okay. Okay, and this is anyway that count subset. So what over here to try to show is, if you recall previously, is that you can transform the data. Is the data wrangling? Is it transform data frame? Is it okay? So over here, so this is part of the data frame, is it? And if you call stack make longer, and stack make it wider, is it? So that's why the column then is going to be converted, is it, to the rows kind of, is it? So here is the result, okay, result. And also over here, we also name the value part, give the column a name called total. Okay, so that's how this part comes, is it? And initially, those are just values. Is it values? There is no name after you do the stack. Is it? So that's why over here you add a name for this newly added column. Okay. And you can also call reset index. Is it? Previously, this is index. Is a label index. Okay, now if you call reset index, so it will go to the default index. Default index, okay. Okay, so it just shows us multiple ways, depends on how we use it, okay. So once we have this subset kind of set like that, you can also do Seaborn's bar drawing, okay, bar plotting. So for this bar plotting, the X is the total value and the Y is the time zone. This is a time zone, is it? And also you want to differentiate different operating system, is it? So you can specify this kind of service like legend, is it? In Seaborn, then you use hue. Okay, if you, this argument, if you provide some value for this argument, then it's kind of, you see, differentiate between these two groups also, is it? And this is a data source, okay? And this just shows the total on the original, is it? And sometimes maybe you want to know the percentage, is it? And then you can, over here, it just shows you can define some function, is it? This function is based on some group calculation within the total, so it's a percentage. Is it? Or we can call normalization, is it? And what next on that data set is we do some group by time zone, okay? And then we apply the result, okay? Apply this method, do the normalization, is it? And this will be the new data set, is it, for us to do the plotting. Okay, so then the plotting is going to use the new calculated percentage, as a Y is going to be the time zone, okay? And we also have the different operating system difference as hue, okay? Okay, so this is regarding the Seaborn plotting, okay? So this is the first example. And then let's take a look at the second case study. Okay, second case study, the data set is quite large. It has some, regarding some movie data, okay, has 1 million record, okay. And it's not a single file, it's multiple files. Okay, multiple files. So if you take a look, we have user file, we have rating file, and we also have movie file. We have this 3 file, okay? And then you load the data, is it? So, but we want to do some concatenation, okay? So anyway, so this is some glimpse of the of the data, original data, is it? Okay, so because it's involved 3 different data set, is it? And we wanted to deal with a single data, then we can merge the different data set together, is it, using pandas merge method. So we first merge a string or rating and user. After that, then you merge again the result with movies, is it? So now you have a single data frame, is it? So we can see there are quite a number of columns. It's a very wide. So this is a large data set. It has 1 million records, is it? And a lot of columns, okay. Okay, and so you can also get a glimpse, is it? So this is the first record, okay. So we can also use iLog then with the number. It's faster this way, okay. Oh, and also one other thing is like regarding NumPy or data frame, is it, if it involves large, like especially matrix kind of computing. Okay, computing, and if you do vectorize, the vectorization, if you apply vectorization, that's the fastest. Okay, compare you do with the loop or some other approach. Okay, later on when we have time, we will discuss this. Okay, this is the fastest. Okay. Okay, so over here, let's see what we first do regarding that data is, if you recall previously, we also learned pivot table. Okay, for pivot table, is it very nice to do some grouping, okay, so that you don't need to call the group by, okay, and it will also generate some table result, okay. So what over here is that, okay, you are going to use what? Just use rating, okay. You're not going to pick all of the values, just by rating, you're going to generate a pivot table and group by what? Index by the title and the column by the gender. Okay, then you will have some very nice result. And regarding the aggregation, here we just take the mean method. You can also plug in with some other method, okay? And here's just based on mean, is it? Then, did you see, this is also group by, is it? Pivot table can also do, I'm not sure why the pen, okay. So it also do the group by already for us by title and gender, is it, with pivot table. Okay, and with this result, is it, if you want to do something more, we can also do that. And here, is this data going? The result, oh, this result is called mean ratings, okay. So this data is still original data. And the original, you said, suppose I want to group by title, is it? Because there are different titles, movies, is it? Then you can find the size, is it? Then over here, you will get the result, is it? Get the result. And what over here, then we want to do is, we want a rating by title, is it? Rating by title, and the index, what we pick. So here we apply filtering. We are going to pick the rating is above 250, is it? Then you can get all the results, okay. So you can also apply filtering, is it? And let's take a look. So this is very nice, is it? So it's get all of the title that's greater than 250, is it greater than 50? And then you said, I want to select all of those rows. Is it? And how do you do it? On the mean rating one. The mean rating is, we got it with pivot table. It's also already grew by, as it's a mean rating. And then over here, you provide with whatever greater than 250, as you filter those out. So then you can see we can get all of the results. Very nice, is it? In this case, you can filter out, is it? Not include all of that, just a certain greetings. So also quite useful, is it? And what over here is just said that sometimes maybe you also want to do some renaming stuff, is it? You can do it. And here it's just a specify specific values be renamed. Okay. Okay, and with that mean ratings, if you recall, that's from the pivot table. You can also sort, okay, and specify sort by which column here. Is it here says by a female gender column, is it? And in ascending order or not, is it? So here it shows the result is in descending order, basically. Okay, then you can see give us of the result. Okay, and based on that the mean rating, you can also sometimes maybe you want to find the rating disagreement, is it between different gender, is it what's the rating difference, is it? So this will also give us the results, is it? Give us the results. And you can also do what? You can also sort by the, so you calculate the result and then you add it as a new column. So this is a new column, you add it, is it? And then you say, okay, I'm going to sort by this new column, is it? Sort the values, okay. And it's going to be in ascending order in this case. Is it ascending order? So here is a pick of the result, okay. So you can see it's, when you do the analysis, it involves all sorts of, it depends on your needs you want to collect. And sometimes this also kind of like a query results, is it? Okay, and for the sorted result, is it, you can also reversing the order, is it, to do the reversing. So previously we learned, is it negative index, is it, then you can reverse the result. Okay, so this part, and then what next one, let's try to see. So this is still on the original data, okay. Original data, we are going to do group by what? By title, okay, by the movie's title. And then after that, after the groupings result, you're going to select rating column. Select this column. Select this column, then you're going to do what? Do standard deviation calculation. Okay, so this is to do standard deviation calculation, etc. And then you assign it the result. Okay, and assign this result, then you are going to do what? If you recall, the active title is what? It's rating greater than 250. Is that 50? And then you can use the lock to pick out all of the rating that's going to greater than 250. Is it greater than 250? And then find the standard deviation. And also you have the title. Is it? So each movie and the standard deviation for the rating calculation, is it? And also you can sort the result, is it? So this is pretty neat, is it? So we have, we can do all sorts of filtering and transforming is it regarding this movie data. And this example just shows you we also can merge a lot of time. That's in the real world. You do need to do this merging multiple data sets together. Okay, and that's all for today. Okay, and